Good day, my name is Richard and a warm welcome to Tutoring with Richard, where we cover the South African school syllabus and native topics. If you find these videos helpful, please consider supporting me on PayPal, Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee. Links in the description box below. Today we're going to cover Mathematics in 6. The topic of this tutorial is a mixed bag of exam DPs or test questions. Round 1, question 1. The question is included in the video. We have been asked to issue a cautionary note. When doing these questions, please use the method I am going to show you, as this is the method that is marked correct. Using your own method to answer questions could cost you marks, even though your method and answer may be correct. See the cautionary note at the beginning of the video. Let's get straight into it. Okay, our first question, what they want us to do is differentiation. Now this is a second order derivative. So what they want us to do is differentiate with regard to x, then differentiate with regard to y. Or y and then x, depending on what you would like to do. So, but in this case it's x. So if the sum is minus 5 x cubed y squared minus y to the 4th plus 3x squared y. First thing we're going to do is differentiate with regard to x. So 3 times 5 is 15, so minus 15x squared y squared plus, because that gets taken away because that's a constant. This is a constant now because there's no x with it, so it's a constant. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6xy. Okay, now we differentiate again with regard to y this time. So with regard to y. So we're going to differentiate with regard to y. Right, now we're going to differentiate this one with regard to y. So 15 times 2 is 30 minus 30x squared y plus 1 times 6 is 6 and 1 minus 1 is 0. So our final answer is that. Okay, next question. This was 1, 1. Now we're going to do 1, 2. Okay, question 1.2 states we are given I equals V over R. Okay, now calculate the change in I if V decreases with 5 volts and R with 8 ohms, so they're both decreasing. The original value of V is 30 volts and the original value of R is 10 ohms. The original value of V is equal to 30 volts, R is 10, and now the change in V is equal to 5 volts, and the change in R is equal to 8 ohms. And they're minused because they are decreasing. So how this works is, first things first, we differentiate this with regard to each other. So we will first differentiate this with regard to V. So differentiate I to V, which equals V times R to the minus 1. So V stands by itself. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So V is equal to 1. So this equals 1 over R, 1 over R. Now the next part, we differentiate this with regard to R. So R is minus 1 times minus 1 minus 1. So this equals, okay, now we do this with regard to R. So it is V, now R is negative, so it is negative V, R 1 minus 1. So this will be negative V over R squared. Now, what we need to do is, with our formula, is our change in I is equal to I change in V, or derivative of V, times change in V plus derivative of I over derivative of R change in R. So what I've done is taken the derivative of each one, and then we do it by the change in. This is the change in. Right, so what we do now is say 1 over R times the change in V. So what is R? R is 10 ohms. So it's 10 and change in V is minus 5 minus, because a positive times a negative is a minus. So now what we have is V, which is 30 over R squared, which is 10 squared, times negative 8. Now we can put all this in our calculator and we get the final answer. I, the change in I, is equal to 1,9 amps. So what we have stated here is we have made a change. We wanted the change in I. So the change in I is equal to this formula here. With regard to our formula and everything like that, because I equals V over R, which is true, and volts is equal to I times R, and so on and so forth. So when you take the derivative, you take the first derivative, and then the first derivative of the next one, and you do the change. So if your voltage rises or drops by 5, you would put that plus 5 or minus 5. But you have to take the derivative of that V first. And then you take the derivative of the R. So this is pretty simple and everything. This will give you 4 marks. Doing it step by step like I've done here. So this will be 1 mark. This will be another mark. This will be a mark, and that'll be a mark. And your final answer will be a mark. So there might be 5, or most of these are half marks. That's how you end up with 4. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm and to grow the channel. Positive feedback is most welcome. I enjoy reading your comments. Please use the comment section to let me know what topics you'd like me to cover in upcoming videos. Be at peace, be kind to each other, and remember, passing well is achievable. Have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.